Hey guys, how's it going? Little instructional video today. We're going to be doing, just quickly showing you how to soft link, how to put on your soft links. We're on the factory floor, so it might be a little bit awkward, but we're going to make it work. Just a couple of things. Some places you're not allowed to put on a soft link, so I guess just use this for a reference, and it just will allow you to inspect your soft links to make sure they're done upright. But a lot of places, unless you're a rigger, you're not really allowed to do this. So just make sure you know the rules where you are before you go playing around with any of your equipment. So we're going to come down here. There we go. Starting off, we're going to do it as if you just got your canopy from us, so it's going to have the plastic cable tie attached there. So obviously we want to make sure that we've checked the canopy and that the lines are correct and they're not twisted or anything like that, and we can actually put the soft link on correctly. So starting, we're going to grab our soft link, and you can see we've got the eyelets there. We're going to make sure they're all lined up, and we're going to feed our soft link through. It doesn't really matter which end you come in from. It's probably going to be depending on what hand you write with. But I'll come from this side. So we're going to go through once. We want to make sure it's gone through all of the eyelets. We're not missing any. That could be disastrous if we do. And then we're going to grab our riser here, and we want to loop it through the riser, like so. So it should look like that now. And then we're going to go back through the eyelets of the lines, and we want to make sure we go through all of them, not missing any of them. So just give me a second here. And we're through all of those. So now we've gone through twice, and that's just lining up like that. So it should look like that. We want to go back through our riser, so we're going to push that through, and now we want to lock it off. So we've got to this point, so what we want to do is, with the loop end of our soft link, we want to put it through the loop end of our tab. So it's going to go through, like so, and now we need to lock it off, so it should be sitting through like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to open that loop up, nice and big, so we can get it over the tab. And then we want to go over the tab, just like that. Can be a little bit fiddly. And then what I like to do is, once I've got it to this stage, I give that a good pull. So the locking tab gives a good pull, and then we lock it off, and sometimes it helps as well to give that a little bit of a twist. And then it's just nice and tight. Now, next we kind of want to set the soft link and the lines, so they're going to be sitting the way we want them to. So this is quite important. We don't want this tab hanging out. If this tab's hanging out, it can be a snag point, okay? So what we want to do is we want to tuck that away, and this is where we're going to try and set it. So what I like to do is to hold there so the tab's not coming out, or you can pinch it. It's entirely up to you. But this way, when we pull, it's not going to twist out. So now we want to set it. So I like to get a good wrap, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to give it a good pull like that. And as long as that's in there, we can kind of stop worrying about the tab to make sure it's set, and then we can, nice good pull. That's going to set it, and that's how we want our soft link to sit. Obviously, we're going to cut the cable tie off before we're jumping if it's a new canopy. We don't need to leave that on. And that's basically your soft link, guys. It's pretty simple, but it can be easy to mess up. So I've got a couple of mistakes here that I'm going to show you. A couple that I have seen myself when checking people's soft links. That's another good point as well. If you do all your soft links, you obviously check them yourself. You want to make sure they're good. It's always good and advisable to get someone to double check your work. And again, like I said, not everyone in their countries, depending on their federation's rules, is going to be allowed to do this. So make sure you check before you go playing with any of this stuff. So if we come back over here, so this here, what have we done? Oh, so this is just the tab out. Nothing too special. So if we've set it and we've locked it, we've done all that, and we've not set it with the tab inside, then when we jump, this is going to tend to come out, and then we're going to have a nice little snag. And that can be, if you for some reason, you should always stow your brake excess, but your brake excess could get wrapped around that. You could potentially have a line hitch around that. So it's just nice to make sure that's tucked away and set properly, okay? So that's something you can check before, like when you're packing as well. So it's nice to keep an eye out. Okay, then over here, what we've got is, if you're just looking at that as is, it looks pretty good. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. However, if we go back through and check our lines, we can see one line here is through. This line is through both, so it's had the soft link go through twice, which is what we want. However, when we get here, we can see we've missed it, okay? So we've missed the second loop. So it's only gone through once. So that then has been routed incorrectly, and there's potential for that to go wrong down the track. So we want to make sure we go through all of the loops in the lines, and we want to make sure we go through both of them. That's the one we've done. And then this is one of the more common ones I've seen, and this is really important to get our work double checked. As you can see, if we give that a good pull, for the most part that looks pretty good, right? However, if we look at that, we've not locked it off. So all we've done there is we've just gone over the tab. So that hasn't been routed properly. Therefore, it's not going to work the way we want it to. And that could be a recipe for disaster, a soft link coming off while we're flying around. So we really want to make sure we go through. I'm not going to, no, I will do it. So we really want to make sure we go through like that and then lock it off. It's very important, or else we haven't done the soft link correctly. And there we go. And again, once we make sure we've done it correctly, we're going to set it, give it a good pull, and make sure it stays there, and we don't want that tab coming out. Like I said, guys, you're going to want to get your buddy to check it, get a friend to check it, or if you've got a rigger nearby and you're not sure. And most importantly as well, make sure you're allowed to do it. Don't go willy-nilly and playing with your gear. You might be in a country where you're not allowed to do it. But even if you aren't allowed to do it, now you can kind of see what you're looking out for in terms of if there's an issue. So you might not be able to undo it and do it back up, but you can check it to make sure it's done right. And if you find any problems, you can go chat to your rigger and get it sorted. Sweet. So I hope that helped. I hope that's it's pretty basic, but it's quite good to know these sort of things, just so you know what to look for if there is a problem. And hope everyone's good. We'll see you next time. Woo!